Well, we're coming to the close of a very long day here at our ministry center on Capitol Hill. In fact, it started very early this morning for me at 3 a.m. in a time of prayer, and I was praying and writing about the impending events of the day, which have now transpired. The day was punctuated in prayer. We had a prayer service in front of the Supreme Court this morning, only minutes after President Obama formally announced his nominee to the Supreme Court, Judge Sonia Sotomayor, they're calling her, although the correct pronunciation is Sotomayor. And we prayed in English and in Espanol at least a tribute to the uniqueness of having a Latina or a Spanish woman nominated to the court. We're very concerned about her track record and some of the judicial opinions and even public opinions she has had over her career. We're looking into that. We have lawyers, judges, others who are analyzing her track record. We're going to convey that information to you by way of my blog, Rob's blog. Go to faithandaction.org and just click on the tab for Rob's blog. I'll be giving you that information so that you can pray about it. You can look at it, analyze it, and then you can get in touch with your senators, which is precisely the process that we have in this country and the way that we work these things through and seat new justices of the Supreme Court and judges of the federal courts, for that matter. But then right on the heels of that, of course, came the big decision out of California's Supreme Court on the amendment to the California Constitution, affirming, preserving, and clarifying marriage as between a man and a woman. One would think you don't need to clarify those things, but these days we do, and the court did so. Now, some people were confused because they said, well, now wait a minute, they upheld some 18,000 same-sex marriages or marriage licenses that were issued there. Well, that's because technically issuing licenses to same-sex couples was legal during that period. Now, I have not seen that opinion yet. I'm still trying to get to it. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we've been doing so much here between our prayer services, our own analysis of what's happening, and fielding all of the media, calls from our supporters, calls from our churches, pastors, emails, texts that are just flooding in. We have had an exhausting day. I don't mind telling you, I am absolutely spent and my day is not over. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a momentary Sabbath here in a minute. You can hear my voice is even rough for all the talking and that we've done today. So very big, but we are rejoicing that the California court affirmed the will of California citizens, affirmed their process of amending their constitution, and in the process preserved marriage for what it is, the complementarity, the holy sacred union between a man and a woman. And that's very important because we're talking about a very large, extremely influential and consequential state. So that's where we are at the end, not really the end of the day for me, but at the conclusion of a business day, if you will, here. And I'll be sharing a lot more information with you as the days go on. I'm going to be talking with a lot of people about this, getting that information to you. Hey, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, I will be at a great church this Sunday preaching 4 services at the Cornerstone Chapel in Leesburg, Virginia, starting at 7:30 a.m. and concluding with an 11 o'clock service. I'd love for you to be there. I'd love to see you, hug your neck, shake your hand. Thank you for all your prayers and support for us. That's this Sunday. That's May 31st. I will be at the Cornerstone Chapel in Leesburg, Virginia, and I'd love to have you there for any one of the 4 morning services. Then I immediately go to the airport, fly to New Jersey, where I preside at a very important ceremony at a church in Wayne, New Jersey. Sunday night, I get right back on a plane, fly back here. We have a very full day of ministry on Monday, starting with a breakfast in the U.S. Capitol and going all the way into the evening with a big event at the Supreme Court in the Great Hall there. It's going to be very big, very busy. Then I finish up with our folks and I fly off to the West Coast. So I'm kind of stealing myself for all this. And tomorrow I get a little window of time to be with my dad again in the last days that we're saying goodbye to him in our earthly joy with my dad. So pray for us as a family. Love you, appreciate you, and I'll check in with you the next couple of days. You may miss me tomorrow, but I will be back Thursday. See you then.